Toyota.
I saw the video of Esther wanted to paint. I did see
You saw one. Okay, but most people have. So I'll probably go through at least some of the stuff that you've already seen, just to make sure everybody has the same information. So essentially what we do is we take the concept of a pre-apprenticeship program and we put it in a simulation type of environment, right? So that way you as the employer can get some sort of score on how people will perform before they even come in the door. So these are just a sample of some of the bigger companies that we work with. We as a company, the reason the name is called Transfer Inc. is because we specialize in knowledge transfer. So we work with expert mentors and coaches. We codify that experience into a training simulation, and then young people who have no idea what they're doing try it, and it's as if they're learning from a on-the-job type of training experience. As a company, we're focused on helping solve this middle skill gap. There's a lot more job opportunities that require middle skills than there are people who are qualified for them. We specifically focus on manufacturing, which is why we're here. Let's skip some of this stuff. So we, traditionally, students, they think, hey, if I do not go to a college, then I'm going to be a failure. And that's a huge part of the reason why a lot of young people do not apply for jobs in manufacturing. So this is the problem that we are trying to help address. So we work with both companies and schools to help students learn the skills that they can to get right into a job. So traditionally, this is how students learn today. They are learning via lecture-based. They're watching PowerPoint or things like that. And what we are doing is we are changing the way people learn from the lecture to hands-on. So what you will see, Tom will let you guys put on the headset there, and you'll see that everything that you learn is very, very hands-on. So this I'm going to show you one example of something. I'll show you two examples today. But this first example is an example of a training facility that we created in virtual reality to teach people the skill of precision measurement. So I'm going to hit play here. And hopefully Joe's Wi-Fi, you mind bringing your phone over here? Joe, is your hotspot? So I think I'm good.
You got it?
Yep.
Should see it.
Yep, thank you.
Transfer VR's precision measurement is an immersive learning experience providing students with hands-on interactions that they will use on the job in the real world. After trainees log in, they move at their own pace through the learning simulations. Each simulation begins with instruction to introduce a measurement tool and related concepts. During the instruction, the trainee interacts with the virtual coach to demonstrate initial understanding. The trainee then demonstrates their knowledge through hands-on practice. As the trainee answers correctly, they earn experience points. Each correct answer in a row adds to a trainee's streak. Trainees must earn enough experience points and complete a 5-answer streak to complete the simulation. Trainees earn bronze, silver, or gold badges based on their performance in the simulation. Trainees' progress data is stored and available for instructor review outside of VR. When a trainee completes all of the simulations, they are ready to demonstrate their knowledge in the real world.
So that that precision measurement is a very basic skill, but it shows you the concept of how we can basically create kind of a training facility that people are able to practice in before they come to the actual job site. So it does a few things. Number one, it helps people understand what they're supposed to do on the job site. The other thing that it actually does is it gets them interested. So a lot of young people who never understood what Lockheed Martin was, after they go through this training, they say, oh, you know, I can do that now. I would consider a job at Lockheed Martin. So, you know, once we set up the training facility, we also work with companies across the entire country. So the other big benefit of doing it in this methodology is that you probably have lots and lots and lots of equipment, right? To set up a physical training facility is very expensive. And so here we're able to continue to add tools and to add machines and to add processes. This virtual reality training facility can become, you know, as large as we want it to be. And so it is much more scalable than the traditional method of training. So what you're looking at here is something that we've done for Toyota. On your left is a paint booth, as you would know better than me. On your right is the virtual reality paint booth. And here what we're training people on is how to troubleshoot this robot once if it fails. So we're able to replicate the physical environment pretty closely. The other very major benefit of a digital training facility is that we collect huge amounts of data, right? So normally if I'm training Joe and I am the expert, you know, I'm watching everything that he does. That's very difficult to do if you are training 20 or 30 people at the same time. And so the benefit of doing this in this digital format is we collect huge amounts of data that tells us this is working or this is not working. And so we are able to improve the training system itself and just push it out to everybody. And that's what we do. You could hear in the video that there was somebody talking. That's because there is a digital coach. So there is actually somebody talking to the trainee while they're making mistakes so that they can improve upon their mistakes. And then ultimately, the most important thing is after they practice in the digital and the simulation type of environment, they must prove to you, so then they can come on site and demonstrate to you that they can do the things that is required of them on the job. So, like at the end of the day, you still have your supervisor who is going to monitor the job applicant to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do. So we are taking this model across Alabama. So although Hyundai is based here, one of the things that we could help you do is to take this training to literally all the schools and all the workforce development agencies so they can basically get a glimpse of what it is that Hyundai does, and it can help you not just train people but also recruit them as well. So this is the video that I don't think everybody has seen, so we'll just show this video very quickly here. Oops, sorry, not that one. Or maybe that's not the right one either.
Welcome to the Paint Robot Troubleshooting Module. My name is Simon. I'll show you around the paint booth, introduce you to the tools you'll be using, and guide you as you learn to troubleshoot the robot arm.
Transfer VR's Paint Robot Troubleshooting introduces trainees to a production paint booth where they learn standard troubleshooting approaches with guidance from their virtual coach.
Looks like it's safe to investigate. Open the door and head on in. One of the more obvious signs of an ESTAT fault is moisture somewhere on the robot. The most likely place is on the shroud itself, so let's start there. But first, you should always check that the bell cup has stopped spinning. Looks okay. Go ahead and put your hand on the shroud to check for moisture.
Trainees build their skills to quickly identify common issues and how to resolve them to minimize the mean time to repair to put the robot back in service.
Okay, looks like the shroud is clean. What should you do next? Lift the cover a bit and check the applicator, or move further up the robot arm? That's right. It's good troubleshooting practice to start at the applicator, then work your way up.
Creating randomized scenarios to learn and practice troubleshooting and maintenance is impossible to quickly do on a training robot.
Yeah, that definitely feels wet. Use the trigger buttons on both controllers to remove the snaps on the cover so we can see what's going on.
When limited access, safety concerns, and cost make working on live robots impractical, the virtual experience provides a personalized and hands-on training solution.
Threads visible on the valve? Lean in to have a look.
For today, I have had no experience in a paint booth. What I liked about the virtual training was the direction, for sure. Just whenever you got to a point to where you didn't exactly know what to do, they had good ways to alert you that, hey, you might have missed this steps. You knew you were on the right track in the training process. So that way, whenever you got to the part where you were on your own, it set you up for success.
I have really limited experience in paint booth. When I first put it on, it's wow, it look real to me, and I want to follow. Like, look, is it the whole plan in here? I play game in there, so it's not like you perform some work, but you actually play games. So that's kind of cool to me.
Correct. Looks like there's some residue around that isolation line. Let's zoom in on it.
You're just gonna have a great time doing it. It's a lot of fun. It wasn't like I was working. If someone from a health and wellness background can come in and really make strides at learning what I learned today, it's gonna do wonders for those who have some type of experience in it already.
You'll feel 2 snaps, one for each over. Okay, that's
Data-driven, intelligent coaching guides trainees toward mastery, so they are ready to demonstrate their skills in the real world.
You took all the right steps to diagnose the fault, then replace the paint valve. Congratulations, you just earned a gold medal. Grab it to unlock it.
So I think many manufacturers would describe this as a millennial-friendly technology. So it's a technology that younger people totally understand and gravitate towards it. But more important than the fact that it's like cool to young people, the most important thing is that business actually gets results out of this. So anytime we work with a company, we always do a study. So we'll do a pre-test to see what is the knowledge of the person before they do the training, then a post-test to see how much does the knowledge improve. The most important thing from Toyota's perspective was how much was the improvement in the performance of troubleshooting. So what they saw is after people completed this simulation-based training, that the amount of time required to troubleshoot a paint robot went down by 60%. So there must be a business outcome. So we always are able to study like, what is the impact to your business of this training? Does it improve the quality of training? Does this improve the quality of production for you? And then of course, people around the state, they're big supporters, and then the actual people going through the training, they really enjoy it. So I think those are the main points. I'm gonna pause there and just see if there are any questions, but that'll give you a kind of a quick overview so that everybody is speaking the same language.